oss och se vad som händer. Det är spelt. Följa kapitlet. Så såg vi vad som hände när man skapade en kupp.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. In which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here. They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Coolt.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayadin should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
As you wish.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale. Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look. I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right? Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night. Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
$100 Nej du kommer inte åt mina pengar. De är mina för en anledning. 100 det gör jag inte om på en gång. Ska vi se här, vi har en liten buske som man kan plocka. Där har vi en buske, men det är inte den, tror jag. Det var inte så mycket bär som...
We shouldn't stray too far. Let's check by those outcroppings.
Här har vi en glad hund som äter krusbär.
A blade in the dark.
Kan man skjuta dit? Tro.
What? Hmm?
So much for you.
Hmm?
Well, what is it?
Går lite bättre när man vet hur man ska spela det här spelet. Jag testade ju förut. Köra igenom ett liknande gubbe, men det gick
This is it.
Dra till med något, vet du. Hon är orolig. Tjejen verkar nog otroligt orolig. Orolig så det är otroligt. Hade inte ens tid att göra håret ordentligt. Nej, jag vet inte vad jag bråkar med det. Ja, snacka skit. Kör. Jag gillar det där trädet, det ser mysigt ut. Burned lady. Plocka svamp.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. Sparfle, are you all right?
pil i ryggen.
Ambush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still alive? Kill them all!
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Musiken låter ju ganska mycket som Bellas, måste jag säga. Tänkte jag på förr. Vi ska plocka svamp istället. Det är aldrig för oviktigt svamp. Förstår du? Jag gillar inte en svamp. Min gubbe borde dissa svamp. Jag borde vara lore-friendly mot mig själv. Här är något mörkt. Här har jag inte varit. En vinflaska som jag inte kan plocka upp. Det är för sött. Norr kommer i skala. Vad är det för skit? Så. Jag har insett att man ska använda de här skillsen som är per encounter varenda gång man sparar sina spel som man är en spelkastare. Nu ser det ju negativt ut. Jag har gjort det i fungerut en gång så jag vet vad jag ska säga nu.
Yes.
Vad ägde de det? Det här är alltså hard. I'm ready. Tänk om man säger fel då när man ligger där. Dödsmark.
Get inside! Run!